Hello, hello. We about to do a burst fade. I'm actually capping. It says burst fade in the title, but this is a mohawk fade. I'm using the algorithm against you, and burst fades are very popular right now, but they're really just the mohawk fade, just a little tighter, smaller. And this video is really short because I'm only showing one side, and also it's pretty straightforward. So I'm debulking. Um, the whole time I'm cutting his hair, I'm thinking of like a semicircle because the mohawk is dealing with the whole side of his head. So I'm thinking semicircle the whole time. And that'll be more apparent when I do the bald line. You'll see that I'm just trying to shape it into a semicircle. And because I did all this debulking, especially the thinning shears, because he has a lot of hair on top, you want to make sure it flows well into the sides, into the skin fade. The debulking really helps make the skin fade pop, and it makes the fade easier for me and for you, for your client, for your brother, whoever you're cutting. Debulking just makes everything easier for everybody. You really want to make sure you debulk. That's why I did the 4 guard, the 6 guard with the top, and then the trimming, the thinning shears, and now the 2 guard, just to make sure. All right, let me get all this hair out the way. Now I can do the skin fade because some people like to do the skin fade and then get all the hair out the way. Sometimes when you do that, it's easier to make a mistake. So for me, I like to get all the hair out the way, all the excess hair I don't need, the longer hair, and then I get into my skin fade. So, like I said, remember, this guideline is more of a semicircle. Everything I'm thinking about is like a semicircle. If I drew it across his whole head, it'd be a whole circle. So watch this. I'm here. I start off. It looks like a normal fade, and then that's why I start in the back to connect the 2 lines. I connect the 2 lines. I make one line going down, one line going to the right, and then you connect the 2 lines with a little semicircle. That's why I like to say it's a semicircle, to keep it all neat and tight. So with this, the hardest thing somebody might have in the beginning of their barber journey is to keep both sides the same. What I would recommend to you is to debulk both the sides at the same time and do the bald line at the same time. So what I'm saying is, although the other side's not done in this video, in real life, if you were to cut his hair, do the other side with the bald line at the same time. And then you fade one side and then fade the other side, but you have the bald line down on both sides. That's how you make sure it's symmetrical and even, because wherever your bald line is where your fade's gonna be. So you got to make sure that your bald lines are the same. I remember I used to do mohawks or tapers, same idea. If you don't know where you start that line, you're gonna have 2 different sides. You're gonna have 2 different looking sides. So you really want to make sure that you do both sides at the same time. If you have to, you don't have to. Some people know and can gauge where they can start. But for me personally, I did, and then, for the purpose of this video, I didn't, but overall I would recommend it. So now I'm doing the half guard close. I do closed here because it's not much hair I'm working with, so I do close and then just fade up into the open because his hair is already debulked, it's light, so I can easily just close with make the guideline and then boom, open it up, and now I'm fading into the fade. It already looks faded. Now I really just got to worry about the bald line. That's why debulk is so important, because it almost makes the haircut go faster. Now I'm going with the no guard open, like same idea as the half guard. I do like a little guideline, and then I start flicking out and fading up right away, because you already know how long the hair is up there, so you don't have to think too much. You don't have to think like, oh, what comes next, because you just did it. That's why I love down fading. I love debulking, because you don't really have to think that hard in terms of like step-by-step processes, because it's just order of operations, I guess you could say. Like, it's just like a ladder, like a step stool, or like a ramp, I like to say. It's just 1 2 3 4 5, or 5 4 3 2 1. It's really not that complicated. Some people overcomplicate it with their steps. That's fine with them, amen, but I don't do that. I like to make it real simple. 3 2 1 1 2 3. It's not too difficult. Just go up, down, left, right. It's real simple with the lever play. Now I'm detailing with the trimmers. You want to be very light at the bottom, because it's bald, and you also know if you go too high, you're gonna have to bring the fade up. So with the trimmers, when you're fading with the trimmers and detailing with the trimmers, you really want to make sure you're just using the corners. Especially there's gonna be a lot of corner work used with a mohawk fade like this because it's just one side of the head. It's similar to a taper, but it's a lot bigger. It's similar to a burst fade, but it's a lot bigger. So that's why you want to do the corners a lot more. Now I'm doing the beard fade. Same steps for real. I mean, it's just the way going down. It's really the same steps going down the ladder of, let's say a fade, right, on the scalp is 1, 2, 3. Going up, the beard fade would be 1, 2, 3 going down. So it's the same process, it's just flipped. Now I'm doing the V in the back, real simple. I hope you pass geometry. This should be easy. No offense, because I actually almost failed geometry in 9th grade. But he came in looking a little crazy, and now, boom, that fade fire. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right. Thank you for your support. I appreciate you. Take care. Have a good one.